Alright, Gareth, Mr. Bit, Emeek, I want to share my stats of this. Now, in some sense, I agree with Emeek, and in some sense, I agree with Mr. Bit and Gareth. Now, here's the thing. I don't think macOS 10 should be released to the mainstream desktop yet. I think it's way too early to do something about this. It'll just be catastrophic. You forget that you are dealing with one of the hugest corporations on the planet. This is no like little tiny company that Apple could trample over. We are dealing with Microsoft. They already have such a power over the industry that if we do release OS 10, who's going to switch? We don't have any guaranteed switches yet. I mean, we have some, couple users, but I can't name that much guaranteed switches. I don't know that many people that are willing to switch to OS 10 right now. I know a lot of users, but can you tell me companies? You do know that Microsoft's main, focus is business. The business world. And you know what they could do, right? Once Apple enters the arena, they'll just lower the cost of their operating system. They are so rich that they'll just lower the cost of their operating system, sell more, and just keep selling more until Apple is gone. Right now, I think that they should lose some more ground before we, even think about switching to OS 10 on PCs. Linux and Mac are hurting Microsoft right now because of Vista. Not even the Mojave propaganda is going to give more people to switch to Vista. With this damaging effects from Linux and Mac OS 10, people are starting to realize, why the hell are we on Windows? Apple has a good thing going for them right now with this closed software. Now, I hate closed software. I think it's crap, but I'm a Linux user, and you'd expect that. So, but right now, I believe that Mac OS 10 should stay on Macs. Just due to the fact that if they switched right now, there's a huge chance of them getting eliminated off the market for good. Once OS 10 is out there on the market, just out there, and Windows could easily lower their cost. I mean, seriously, Microsoft is so powerful, they could probably bring Vista down to $80. And then people will go, alright, this one's $130, this one's $80. I'll get the $80 one. And people know Windows. People don't know OS 10. I show people the Mac, and they get confused by the dock. I mean, I love the dock, but most people get confused by this. They don't know how to use it. They don't know about expose. It's just really confusing to switch operating systems. It isn't for people like us, I guess, but, for most people, they couldn't handle it. They wouldn't understand right off the bat. I mean, for the first time a person uses a computer, you introduce them to a Mac, you introduce them to Windows, they'll probably understand OS 10 more. But to introduce it to someone who's been using Windows all their life, they won't get it. They just won't. There won't be as many switchers as you guys think. Now, there's one type of the market that I believe OS 10 should switch, though. Now, me and Mr. Bid discussed this, and I agree with him on this point, but I don't agree with him on the desktop. Alright, as you all know, Mac OS 10 is also a server. Now, with servers, I can see their point. If Mac OS 10 was released on a server, everyone knows that, Windows servers suck. completely suck. And when you're choosing a server, you should get Linux. But if OS X was out there, it would be used a lot more for specific reasons. Look at this. People don't really buy servers like they buy desktops. You know, you don't buy them over and over again. People use the same servers for years and years and years. If OS X was released to the servers market, they could easily trounce Windows because it's such an open market. So, if Leopard was released to the market, people would just buy it for their older servers and put OS X on their older servers. The problem with OS X server right now is that it runs on such, it runs on their own hardware, and it's so expensive to get an Xserve. Let me find the Xserve for you. Right here. The Xserve is just so damn expensive. I mean, it's a nice server and all, but most people use servers for years. Let's see how much the Xserve is. It's very, very expensive, and I don't think anyone is going to pay this much for a new server when they could just easily get Windows for, Windows 2008 server for their older server. And this is why OS X should switch when it comes to servers. But when it comes to desktops, I don't think OS X should switch. It's just way too early to even possibly think of such a thing. You gotta realize we're dealing with a company that'll sell their own mother to make a buck. Alright? And if they go into the server market like this, yeah, it's not a good thing. People are not going to pay that much for a new server just to run OS X. So, there's my opinion on it. Tell me what you guys think. I think it's still too early to switch OS X to, desktops. It's just way too early. It's just unthinkable right now. Sign me out.